think you'd come. I'll find something relatively clean for you to sit on. Can I get you something to eat or drink? I have water.
I came here to see you, Meryl. You don't have to fuss over me.
You're so kind. My first guest and I'm already a terrible host. I wanted to thank you for bringing me here, but I'm making a mess of it.
I'm not sure this was a kindness.
It's not pretty, but this is where I need to be. I haven't exactly had many friends, not even among my own clan. This is tricky.
What made you unpopular with the Dalish?
Being first to the Keeper, I was always a bit secluded. I studied magic and history while the others were learning the Via Tanadal. It's good that I left. I'd have made a terrible keeper. I was never that good with people.
You seem to be getting the hang of it already.
I'm glad you think so. Thank you for coming to visit me, Hawk. It means a lot to me. Can I get you something to eat or drink? I wanted to thank you for bringing me here, but I'm making a mess of it.
I'm glad I could help.
I can't say that I haven't exactly had many friends. It's good that I left. I'd have... Thank...
That's a fact, is it? Think about it. Why would it start with Ferelden?
seen you since Mirren hired me for that Red Iron job. Been a while. Heard you're going on some expedition into the deep roads, and right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
It's a risk, but if we succeed, it'll be worth it.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? The Red Iron's been scarce, and business has been a little slow. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
I'm sorry I couldn't get you more information about the Circle, Bethany. It's difficult without naming you.
Thank you for being discreet. I don't want the Templars at my door.
No one does.
Let them corral the troublemakers. I just want information.
Right.
Sounds like I'm trying to convince myself, doesn't it?
I wouldn't have said.
That's enough! Help me!
That was beautiful!
Why are we traipsing around in human waste again?
Where's Puddles? He should get some food too.
Orzammar is like this. Only beards and an overwhelming sense of superiority.
Not going to happen. I don't think I can do that.
You want me to do what? I don't think so.
I think this is the cellar door. Let's go in and see why Gamlin lied.
Mother described... This is the first time I've seen it. Wouldn't it feel like something to live in a house with this above the door?
Watch your step!
Probably a lesson here about the dangers of magic.
I don't like the looks of this. That should do it.
You usher Slay's throat.
That's the vault! Everything we want to know about our family is inside. This is it! Grandfather's will. Mother needs to see this as soon as possible.
We'll take it to her right now.
So I'm just saying, blood's blood and all, but you are taking advantage of my hospitality. It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
We found the will.
He forgave you, Mother. Grandfather left you everything. Here, read it.
I should maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her. The estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
We have a home, Mother. A real home.
They forgave me. Mother forgave me. But Gamlin, how could you?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is!
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
If it wasn't for the Blight, would we ever have come back here?
I always thought I would. I suppose you three are Ferelden to your toes.
Look, sister, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. And there's nothing I can do to get it back.
I don't expect that, Gamlin. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make her willing, you'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
Why don't you go pick up something at the market? You could use some air.
What? Hey!
I can't believe Gamlin stole Mother's entire inheritance. I mean, I can believe it. That's the worst part. I could never turn against my own sister like that.
You're a better person than Gamlin could ever be.
Well, hopefully we'll be out of here soon. You know, when we went to look for that will, I thought we were doing it for Mother, for what she lost. I didn't realize how much it would mean to me. To know I had grandparents who didn't hate me.
I wish they had lived long enough to see us come home.
Home. That's what it is, isn't it? I like saying that. We're not running away again. We're coming home.
Are you unhappy here?
I wish I could do more for Mother. Carver's death. It's killing her slowly every day. But maybe if we can reclaim some of what she lost, it will help. I'd do anything to get us back a normal life.
Why did Mother and Father work so hard to keep you from the Circle? Would it have been so bad?
I guess at first, I was just a little girl. They didn't want to lose me. And once I had learned anything, what would the Templars do to an active apostate, not just a Mage Blood child? It changed their lives, your life, Carver's, all because of who I am. Sometimes I wonder if it would have been so bad to be with my own kind, to serve the Chantry as Andraste demands.
Are you unhappy here?
I wish I could do more for Mother. Carver's death, but maybe if we can reclaim some of what she... I'd do anything to get us back a normal life.
What do you think Carver would have...
He would have hated this place. All the sneering nobles. He'd have gotten himself arrested the first day. And he would have wanted in on your Deep Roads expedition. Anything to make a name for himself. Sometimes I still can't believe he's gone.
Can you imagine if we'd grown up here?
Had grandparents who bought us Orlesian silk dresses with lace petticoat. Father was a good man. Of course, if she hadn't worked up the nerve to if we'd been born here, you'd be nothing more to me.
We're going to make this our home, Bethany.
I hope.
This when we were at the estate. I thought you should have it.
Is it? I think this is Mother's betrothal portrait from when she was supposed to marry the Comte. Look! You can see the ring.
You like it?
I love it. My whole life, Mother's always been so sad and worried. I always wished there was some way to take... It's nice to have a reminder of a...
When I told your grandmother I was marrying your father, She threatened. She said my children would be mongrels. My father wanted to lock me in, but she told him it's her. I wrote to her when each of you were born. She never wrote back. I'm glad she didn't die.
The estate is yours.
Technically, the house is now property of the Viscount, since its owner died without an heir. If we went there now, we would just be squatters. But if the Viscount acknowledges our rights, we can get back more than the house. We can get back our neck.
Grandmother didn't want you to leave. She tried holding...
She would have been so proud of you. You're everything she wanted. She might have had a hard time accepting it at first. Carver. He was such a little boy. Never had a...
He was so young.
I just keep thinking there's some... I remember that all 18 years of loving and feeding and raising and...
Blame the Darkspawn.
The ogre would have been happy with any prey. It was my fault it was Carver. There were 4 of us when the Blight began. It will never be a... I've had word from Lothering. They are rebuilding. I don't know if I could ever return to the site. I hope Mother... He wasn't like this in Lothering. I think he misses the open fields.
City life not agreeing with you. Poor thing. Maybe he'd be happier if we brought him with us more often. He's part of the family. I wouldn't want to lose him.
Take it. I'm sick of what's-his-name staring and panting.
Gamlen, honest...
What's wrong?
I'll let you sleep.
I hope Mother convinces the Viscount to give us the estate.
So, what? Are you here to... Gamlen's the idiot again. Gamlen's the fool who can't hold his money when it's given in a blood... I tried, you know, when Leandra left. But no one was ever going to live up to her.
What was she...
We're only a year apart. But that was time enough for Leandra to get our parents wrapped firmly around. They showed her off at every opportunity. As far as they were concerned, they should have stopped there.
I've seen the nobles in this town. Your parents must have had a fortune. Where did it all go?
Well, it's not like I stood at the side of the wharf and hurled it over. I tried to invest it. And, you know, a man's got needs. I'm not denying I spent more on myself than I should have, but I figured it'd all work out.
I'm sure you did your best.
Don't butter me up, sweetie. I changed their filthy sheets and wiped their chins through 2 bouts of the cholera, and the last word Father said was... Leandra. I'm not looking for love, but at least I got the money.
And here I was, just about to like you.
Your mother's busy writing to the Viscount. If you want more touch...
I hope Mother convinces the Viscount.
My lady, you've been so patient. Is there something I can get for you?
Oh no, I'm quite all right. Not much room in the barracks, but there's Jevon's office. Wait while I explain our initiative.
I don't know how they do it where you're from, guardswoman, but I decide the patrols, not you and your whims. You may have been put up for lieutenant in your first year, but I'll have no show-offs in my command. Have I made myself clear? Report to your post before I have you and your Ferelden accomplice jailed.
A lot of yelling for doing him a favor.
We killed a band of highwaymen. What does it matter whose patrol it was? It's not the first time he's made me wonder like this. Something is very wrong.
So let's find out whose toes you actually stepped on.
Then we should check the duty roster and see who was supposed to take that route. What have I stepped in this time? threaten my friends.
Just let me know.
Not letting that one go, Captain.
Aveline! I owe you for clearing that ambush the other night. Saved me a mess of trouble.
Brennan, that route was yours?
It was. Single patrol. I'd have been dead for sure.
So there was nothing unusual about it at all?
It had been clear for weeks. It didn't get unusual until after we heard about you and Aveline. The captain reassigned me after he heard what you did, and I passed the satchel to Donick for his patrol tonight.
The satchel?
Pay and order assignment. Captain has us run deliveries to the outposts during light duty. It's usually just an updated copy of the roster. The satchel for that night was heavy, though. Anyway, thanks again, Aveline. You're a good one.
So the satchel gets heavy the same day we discover an ambush?
You're sure you want to pursue this? This is your superior we're talking about.
If a guard has been put at risk, a good captain would want to know why. And if he's not a good captain, I want to know why.
A messy way to pass information. Brennan already sent it along.
Another guard is walking into the same trap. I can't let that happen. Brennan said Donick. A good man. Donick. I've got his route. A night walk in Lowtown. Let's go make sure his quiet patrol stays that way. If Guardsman Donick is walking into... We need to be there soon.
The Viscount must be terribly busy. I've been waiting most of the day.
So, someone dropped off a message for you. It's on the desk.
Not the... He didn't do his best to try and read it.
A shortage of idiots who think they can take the streets in the dark, but good reward in getting rid of them.
We can't waste time, Hawk. Guardsman Donick is here somewhere.
Well, if it ain't my favorite new citizen. What are you doing here?
A good question.
Did you finally figure out being free and poor in Kirkwall ain't worth a rat's spit?
You had an offer for me.
You mean you're not too good for my kind of work? Because the blokes I hired after you couldn't find their arse with both hands. I sent them to take out Lord Harriman while he was preparing his cargo for shipping. Nighttime, docks, simple. Never came back.
I haven't heard a job in this yet.
The job's the same. Kill Harriman, but there'll be a bonus if you find my men alive.
I assume this isn't personal.
Job's paid for second-hand by some other old Kirkwall family. The nobles here like to shank each other for sport. We're just their knives.
Who's Lord Harriman?
I don't know the who, but the what is old and rich. Rumor says he's a savvy one. His daughters give him marriage ties to half the city.
I'm sure I can finish what they started.
They were supposed to ambush him at the docks. That'd be the best place to start looking. And remember, Harriman dead, my lad Gustav alive. Other way around, then you don't get paid.
I don't make my guards fight gangs in dark corners, but if you'd like to help...
Are you Ansel?
Ah! Sweet mother of Parth, you can't just run up on someone like that. Are you the one that mercenary told me about? The one looking for work?
I used to work with the Red Iron, if that's what you mean.
Yes, it is. What I mean, that is... My apologies, human. I haven't been on the surface very long. I keep thinking I'll fall up into that sky any minute.
Bartrand used to be like that. Got jumpy every time he stepped outside.
What a bizarre thing to be scared of.
But I digress. I need some help, rather badly in fact. Some product of mine has been misplaced. The men who were supposed to deliver it decided not to. If you retrieve my property, I could reward you handsomely.
Just what did these men steal?
Did I say steal? I don't know if I would go that far. They seemed like perfectly reasonable smugglers. They smiled and everything. The goods are valuable, however, and illegal. And my client wants them very, very badly. You know how these Templars can be.
You're smuggling lyrium to the Templars?
Maker's breath. Between the Chantry, the Carta, and the Coterie.
Shh! By the Paragons, not so loudly! My word, I'm not cut out for this. I should have taken that job sweeping stables like Mother insisted.
I'll get it back for you.
Sure. Add it to the list of things I'm accessory to.
Oh, thank goodness. The gentlemen conduct their business at night in a little hovel within the alienage. If you have to kill them, then I guess it can't be avoided. But I'm sure...
Must be getting close to the ambush. I'm not losing another god to this mess.
they came out of nowhere. I took a few down, but there were too many at once. The captain said this route was supposed to be quiet.
The seal of the Viscount. Office details. City accounts.
Valuable to a guild of thieves. A sacrificial delivery with one of our own. Captain Jevon will answer.
Exposing this kind of corruption could make the guards look weak.
Then we look weak. The others deserve better. This goes to the office of the Viscount. This will be known. The captain likes his so much. Let's see if they welcome him in prison.
Don't you?
Trap!
They were clearly expecting someone.
Ansev's goods are probably in that chest. It's empty.
Waste of bloody time. Who put us up to this?
I guess we have no choice but to go back to Anso and tell him.
That's not the elf. Who is that?
It doesn't matter. We were told to kill whoever enters the house.
These streets should be safe.
Let's finish this. Make us hate you. Through me before anyone else. Keep this up.
I don't know who you are, friend, but you made a serious mistake coming here.
Lieutenant, I want everyone in the clearing, now! Captain!
Your men are dead, and your trap has failed. I suggest running back to your master while you can.
You're going nowhere, slave.
I am not a slave. I apologize. When I asked Anso to provide a distraction for the hunters, I had no idea they'd be so numerous.
You were responsible for this.
I'm the reason you're here, yes. My name is Fenris. These men were Imperial bounty hunters seeking to recover a Magister's lost property, namely myself. They were trying to lure me into the open. Crude as their methods were, I could not face them alone. Thankfully, Anso chose wisely.
Everything Anso said was a lie, then?
Not everything. Your employer was simply not who you believed.
If you couldn't fight them, why not just run?
There comes a time when you must stop running, when you turn and face the tiger.
That seems like a lot of effort to find one slave.
It is.
Does this have something to do with those markings?
Yes. I imagine I must look strange to you. I did not receive these markings by choice. Even so, they have served me well. Without them, I would still be a slave.
If they were really trying to recapture you, then I'm happy I helped.
I have met few in my travels who have sought anything more than personal gain. If I may ask, what was in the chest? The one they kept in the house?
It was empty.
I suppose it was too much to hope for. Even so, I had to know.
You were expecting something else?
I was, but I shouldn't have. It was bait, nothing more.
You didn't need to lie to get my help.
That remains to be seen. It's as I thought. My former master accompanied them to the city. I know you have questions, but I must confront him before he flees. I will need your help.
It sounds like you intend to do more than just talk.
Daenerys wants to strip the flesh from my bones and has sent so many hunters that I've lost count. And before that, he kept me on a leash like a Kunari mage, a personal pet to mock Kunari custom. So yes, I intend to do more than just talk.
You lured me into a trap, and now you want my help?
If Anso had told you to divert an ambush of Tevinter bounty hunters, would you have done it?
It should have been my decision.
Had I known of you earlier, I might have asked you personally. I had only Anso to rely on, I fear. I'm not lying to you now. Please, help me do this.
If it means fighting more slavers, I'll help you.
I will find a way to repay you. I swear it. The Magister is staying at a mansion in Hightown. Meet me there as soon as you can. We must enter before morning.
See, my friend.
Worthy. When did you get back into town?
Oh, just a month or so ago. Things didn't work out in Orzammar. You still with the Red Iron? It was just a year you were with them, right?
I'm looking to become an explorer of a sort.
I heard. Bartran's hard to take, but his information is usually good.
Hard to take? That's putting it mildly.
I'll tell you what. I still have my old contacts. You need some rune crafting done, I take care of.
I think I found something of yours. I had never thought to see this again. Thank you.
One so wealthy. Could use a new pair of...
Having problems with the bone pit. I can help.
Finally, someone comes to help me. You look a bit unseasoned, but I hope you'll do. I had to suspend operations. My workers are lost in the mines or have run up. I sent others before, but no word. Perhaps they are putting me off. I need someone competent to figure out.
Your first mistake was naming your...
The locals named the mine. That is why I hire Fereldans. They may be dull-witted, but they're not superstitious.
Mind what?
I was not referring to you, of course. They're lucky to work for me. Few in Kirkwall will hire refugees.
Surely the miners had good...
I am at a loss. No miner has reported in, and no one takes me seriously.
The bone pit must be dangerous if...
No, nothing like that. Pay no heed to local superstition. The bone pit is mostly harmless.
You said some...
Yes, all of them. An unruly lot, to be sure.
What's the
I will pay handsomely. The exact amount depends on what perils you face.
I'll head there soon.
The sooner the better. Each day the mine is not running costs me... The bone pit is just outside the city.
I wish to speak with you. You've gained quite a reputation with the Red Iron Mercenary Band. I find myself in need of someone with your special talents.
Is there something I can help with?
I am a magistrate in this city, and as such, I wish to hire you for a small, albeit important, job. A man I sentenced to a life in prison has escaped custody. He's been tracked to an abandoned ruin outside the city.
A request that should have been made of the guard.
Why is there such a clamor to catch this man? What has he done?
He's escaped. That's reason enough to catch him.
Is there anything else I need to know?
There is something, yes. There are creatures in the ruins. The guards I sent are ill-equipped to deal with such beasts.
Do you know what manner of beasts they are?
I don't know what they look like. I've never seen one myself. The guards say these things have already torn through a full company of men.
It would be easier to seal up the entrance and let the beasts take care of him.
I believe in justice, Ferelden, not unbridled slaughter. I will not let prisoners be eaten just because I don't want to get my hands dirty.
I'm sure if you send in enough men this time, they'd do fine.
No. The more guards who know, the easier it is for this to get out. Those men gossip like old fishwives.
I'll take the job.
Bring the fugitive in alive, quickly and quietly. Not only will you be well paid, you'll have the gratitude of a city magistrate. Useful for a refugee, wouldn't you agree?
Here as a girl.
interesting place.
Let's not stay here for long.
Madame Lucine runs the place for Harlan. Or with him. Or on him. It's a coterie thing.
I think I found something of yours. You found this? I don't know what to
Welcome to the Blooming Road. Personally, I wouldn't say it's blooming precisely.
Ferelden, are you? If you cannot pay, you will have to take your lonely self elsewhere. 2 sovereigns for premium service, 1 sovereign for standard service. 50 silver and someone may touch you. Briefly.
I'm not a...
Of course.
Wesley never had children? I mean, sorry if that's too personal.
It's all right. I was a soldier and he was a Templar. We knew that our personal lives would have to wait. Distance never mattered. But we ran out of time. It is what it is.
Now that he's gone, do you ever wish...
That
should do it.
Personal.
Can't do that. He didn't really ask you to wear a feather boa.
So, a Lady Sunshine, what's your first act as a noblewoman going to be?
A noblewoman with no fortune and no title. Looking for work, probably.
Practicality is for peasants, milady. You need to do something frivolous to celebrate your birthright.
Such as?
Come up to the Hightown Market and think bitterly that there's no Orlesian silk that matches your eyes.
But what if something does match my eye? What will I do then?
Insist that they're blatantly copying you and demand royalties. A good noble always has a complaint ready, Sunshine.
Always where you need.
Insist if you must, but Viscount Dumas will see no one. If you've news of Seamus, I will relay it to him.
Fine. Tell Dumas my scouts have tracked the boy and his Canary captor to the Wounded Coast. I'm taking a full company after them, and when I return, I expect him to make a show of the reward.
So many to deal with one Kunari seems excessive.
He may be Tal the Shop. The Winters leave nothing to chance. Get out of my bloody way!
Yes, what is it?
Looks like I'm not the only one who saw the bounty posting.
Apparently so, and I am regretting it. As I told the others, Viscount Dumas' son, Seamus, is missing. We suspect he was taken by a Kunari. If you would like to try your hand at securing his safe return, feel free. I have certainly granted no exclusivity to the Winters and their violent approach.
There must be suspicions about why the boy went missing.
Why? What have you heard?
Nothing. Until now.
There is truly nothing known. He is gone, and there have been sightings of a Kunari. The only complication is that Seamus is known to be of a sympathetic mind. He may have placed himself in danger, but it is danger nonetheless.
The Kunari are not wild in the city. Petition their leader for the boy's return.
The Arishok has declared that it is not his role to do so. Apparently their rebels, the Talvashoth, are hunted anyway, killed for what they are, not for what they may have done. That does not bode well for Seamus.
This isn't a task for a guardsman?
Yes, isn't it?
There is a concern of appearance. If we used guards, it would allow Viscount Dumas' opponents to say this admits the Kunari threat because the city responded. In these times, public embarrassment is preferable to official embarrassment.
I should know about the competition.
The Winters out of Navarra. They don't care one whit if Seamus is returned unharmed. Their lead, Sirrah Guinness, is hungry for a foothold in fair Kirkwall. And frankly, we have enough of their kind.
The boy will be home soon enough.
Declare it if you like, but the reward goes to whomever brings him back safe. A discussion you are welcome to have with the Winters, should you encounter them on the wood.
How much longer do I have to wait?
How dare you! I am Guard's captain! I won't be treated like this! Ferelden, bitch! This was none of your affair! I'll see you hanged! Quartered! This will not stand!
We found a number of debts to suspect peoples. Such poor character. But you, Aveline Valen, have proven your loyalty and ability.
The Guard deserves better than him, Messire.
Indeed. The Viscount would have you put your care for the men into direct practice. You will assume the captain's job.
What?
In due time, of course. There will be training, approvals, months at least. But who better to rebuild respect than the woman who exposed this embarrassment? Resolve any outstanding business, Guardswoman. You will be very busy.
Point the way, Hawk. Not much room in the barracks, but there's nowhere I'd rather be. Varric, no.
Well, you're the captain, or you will be. It'll be easy.
I'm not petitioning the Viscount to help you steal ownership of the Hanged Man.
Steal? Madam, you wound me.
I'm about to. Big changes are coming, huh? Captain of the Guard. Thank you, Wesley.
That you keep his memory speaks well of him.
He's not with me. I know that. Wesley's at the Maker's side, or he's not. Either way, he knows no pain.
He seemed a good man for a Templar. I'm sure he's found peace.
What I keep is that moment. I won't let anyone down like that again.
Wesley's at the Maker's side, or he's not. What do you mean by that?
Wesley believed, and if he was correct, then that's where he is. But this business of the less the Maker does, the more he's proven, I don't find it compelling.
But you married a Templar.
I married a man, a good one, and he's gone. I have heard the chant. It is lovely. Perhaps that's all it needs to be.
You clearly miss Wesley, but that's not the issue.
Of course I miss him, but he's not coming back. Pining like a child serves no one. So I remember him, but I let him rest.
You're not so kind to yourself, though.
No.
I don't see how you can take the blame.
I put him to the sword. I know in my head that it was, but in my heart, that cut was cruel.
I can't imagine the captain of the guard will like wandering in my shadow.
It's not like this job means we're on opposite sides. The good you do, it seems. Besides, I'll be making the patrol schedule, and I don't intend to lead from a desk.
It's good that you can stay with me.
You've been grand through all of this. Captain of the... Thank you for helping me get here, Hawk. Nothing going on, Hawk. You'd be the first to know if there was.
I don't know what the ancient inventors used this place for, but I bet it wasn't making people feel at home.
Good day to you, Sirrah.
That's enough!
The streets aren't safe at night. We should do something about that.
has left the mansion, but I've heard nothing within. Daenerys may know we're here. I wouldn't put it past him.
I could stand to know a little more about this Daenerys.
He is a Magister of the Tevinter Imperium.
Oh, is that all? Nothing to worry about, then.
There, he is a wealthy mage with great influence. Here, he is but a man who sweats like any other when death comes for him.
He may have prepared some magical defenses.
They will not keep me from him.
I am not afraid of you, Daenerys.
Watch your step! All set.
He sends spirits to do his fighting for him.
Daenerys, can you hear me? Your pets cannot stop us.
That should do it. All set.
Gone. I'd hoped... No, it doesn't matter any longer. I assumed Denarius left valuables behind. Take them if you wish. I need some air. I escaped a land of dark magic, only to have it hunt me at every turn. It is a plague burned into my flesh and my soul. I did not find Denarius, but I still owe you a debt. Here is all the coin I have, as Anso promised. Should you find yourself in need of assistance, I would gladly render it.
Master must want something.
Now, he wishes his precious investment returned, even if he must rip it from my corpse.
Seems like a waste of a perfectly handsome elf.
The truth is, I know nothing of the ritual that placed these markings on me. It was Denarius's choice, one he now regrets.
I've seen
some. All I know is that even in the Imperium, warrior...
Do you think your master will...
Perhaps one day the hunt will cost him more. It is nothing for one to own a slave. Denarius had many, but none he valued.
Then how...
Is it not enough? I will run no longer.
You should know some of my...
I will watch them carefully if we travel together. I can promise no more.
I'm planning an expedition.
Fair. Should you be...
Always calling and getting rid of idiots. Especially thugs who target the streets just because it's dark.
Pavali. There are 6 bottles in the cellar. Denarius used to have me pour it for his guests. My appearance intimidated them, he said, which he enjoyed.
I can't imagine why they would be put off.
You say what's on your mind. I'll give you that. It's good I can still take pleasure in the small things.
You've had a difficult life.
I'd rather not speak.
Are you certain? I'm willing to listen.
I've wanted to leave my past behind me. Tell me, have you never wanted to return to Ferelden?
I grew up in Ferelden. It will always be my home.
The blight is over. You could rebuild what you lost. Do you truly not want to?
My mother came from Kirkwall. Our heritage is here.
Having a place where you can put down roots, I understand. Still, to have the option must be gratifying. I would return to Saharan if I could, but there...
Is that...
So I've been told. Perhaps.
You could track your...
I imagine... I do not expect your help when that day...
You've been on the run...
Denarius has a way of finding me. Perhaps it is the markings. This is the first time I've given him reason to pause. I suppose there are...
Haven't you saw...
Denarius will not give up, however.
What?
Then I go to him. I will not live with a wolf at my back.
Sounds like the right idea.
If it comes to that, I doubt it will.
If you're looking to start a life...
I could see myself. I should thank... Had I known Ansa would find me a woman so capable, I might have asked him to look sooner.
It turned out well enough.
It did at that. I will not keep you longer. We should move on.
Mind your manners. This is my territory.
Don't like Darktown? Die.
Maybe I should put you to use, Farrick. Have you penned some warnings for the lawless?
Who's that for? Are most criminals big readers? Seems like pacifying the nobles.
Pictures, then. It was just a suggestion.
Well, how about a giant sign that just says don't? You could hit people with it.
Thank you. I get the point.
Have you anything to spare?
Will everyone please just step back? My mother's in labor. The baby. I'll send word to the healer, but
My son's hurt back.
if you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging. I hear you know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden. Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of is sitting on the throne. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden? The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden? Well, he's not now, and busy enough without answering fool questions about it. Who are you protecting? You see what our people face in Kirkwall. They have no jobs, no homes. Most can barely buy bread. This healer, he serves them without thought for coin. He's closed their wounds, delivered their children.
And yet he needs to hide.
He's a good man. I won't lose him to the blighted Templars. You mean he's a May? Would I stick my neck out for some purveyor of Hensbane and...
We would never turn someone over to the Templars.
He doesn't want to be locked in the gallows just for using the gifts the Maker gave him. Your healer is in no danger from me.
If this mage is an apostate, the Templars will find him.
No maid should suffer for an accident of birth.
I suppose it isn't my secret to keep. Anders has certainly been free enough with his service. Refugees in Darktown know to find the healer, look for the lit if you have need enough. I can't get my brother off the boat. The grip's got him bad. Everyone in your turn. I promise we have donations coming in. There will be food and medicine for all of you.
Hey, we heard you in there asking about the healer.
We know what happens to mages in this town, and it ain't gonna happen to him.
Look, we're Ferelden's just trying to keep out of the Templar's sight, same as you.
Ferelden? But you're clothes. I figured you for a Kirkwaller, sorry. Make her bless the rule of our King Alistair.
Sorry for your loss, mistress. But I can offer your son mercy only if he turns himself...
I'm trying to find him.
The Templars cannot tolerate apostate.
Can we help this woman? This could be Mother. It sounds like your son is in trouble.
You heard all... I am Ariane. My boy, Fainriel. He's all I have. All my family. When I learn about his connection to the Fade, it gives him nightmares, dreams of demons speaking in his mind. I would rather lose him to the Circle than to himself.
Did your son
He learned I had contacted Sir Thrask. He thinks he can live free of the Circle. But I am afraid without proper training, he'll kill him.
Those look like Dalish tattoos.
I was born to the Dalish, but came to Kirkwall for a time, and when I found I was with child, neither Vincento nor I raised Fainriel myself, here in the alienage.
Tell me the whole story.
I learned years ago that my son likely had magical talent, but we could not bear the thought when the nightmares began. Fainriel but I truly think they're...
What?
He dreams of demons, calling to him. That is why I turned to the Circle. They are the only ones that can protect a mage from his own power.
What exactly do you...
Just find him, please. I don't know where Fainriel is gone, but there are two places. Sir Thrask has been looking for him. If you speak to him in the gap, and Fainriel's father, Vincento, recently returned from Antiva. He's a merchant in the Lowtown Bazaar. Fainriel might have sought him out.
Tell me
I believe he's a good man. He doesn't hate mages, but sees what it took me too long to realize. There are other Templars who are much less... Vincento had no desire for... I have written, though.
I will not leave. Magic can be a fearful gift.
My husband Wesley was a Templar. They're not all fanatics to be feared. Thank you.
Greetings, my lady. I bring only the best northern merchandise to the free marches.
Actually,
My lady, I'm a bachelor.
Please, Sarah. I know you must fear for fame.
Hard to tell in this city who means who harm, no?
Perhaps you... We are no Templars, Sarah. You'll find no better...
Maldición, you are a mage. I suppose you'd be...
Of course.
The voice in over his head. So I sent him to the only man I know who doesn't despise mages. A former Templar named Sam.
Why would a
His conscience plagues him. Having served, he stays out of sight during the day. At night, he stays near Darktown.
How do you figure?
I wish I had a sister and a whole big family. It must be wonderful. You'd never be alone.
It is wonderful. Although it might be better without Uncle Gamlin.
A sanctum of healing and salvation. Why do you threaten it?
I'm just here to talk.
Of what?
The deep roads.
Did the warden send you to bring me back? I'm not going. Those bastards made me get rid of my cat. Poor Sir Pouncelot. He hated the deep roads.
You had a cat named Sir Pouncelot in the deep roads.
He was a gift. A noble beast. Almost got ripped in half by a Genlock once. The blighted warden said he made me too soft.
So you came to Kirkwall
You say that like it's a... Yes. I'm here because there's no warden outpost, no darkspawn, and some reasons of my own.
I've always heard that joining the wardens is for life.
That's only partly true. The hopelessly tainted by the Darkspawn and plagued by nightmares about the art. But it turns out, if you hide well, you don't have to wear the uniform or go to the parties.
I'm part of an expedition into the deep roads. Any information you have could save people's lives.
I will die a happy man if I never think about the blighted deep roads. You can't imagine what I've come through to get here. I'm not interested in... Although, a favor for a favor. Does that sound like a fair deal? You help me.
Help my expedition reach the deep roads.
You don't ask for my terms. What if I were up?
Is that what you are?
You decide. I have a warden map of the depths in this area. But there's a price. I came to Kirkwall to aid a friend. A mage. A prisoner in the wretched gallows. The Templars learned of my plans to free him. Help me bring him safely past them, and you shall have your maps. I don't know. I had been then the letters stopped coming.
You want to make your...
That's such a weight. Yes. Andraste said magic should serve. It goes against no will of the Maker for mages to live as free as other men.
Forcing...
That's not usually the response I get.
What?
I don't know. Then the letters stopped coming.
You've convinced me. What's your plan?
I welcome your aid. Join us.